Hi, my name is Lisa and I'm the chef with Revive Wellness and My Viva Plan. Today I am making sheet pan chicken fajitas. I love this recipe. It is a regular in my meal plan rotation because it tastes great, super easy and quick to make, low on dishes, pretty much no reason why you wouldn't want to make this recipe. So if you're looking for the full recipe, it can be found on My Viva Plan, so check it out on there. So you want to start with a variety of colored peppers here. You can use whatever color peppers are your favorite. Sometimes I like to also add in some sliced jalapeno peppers for some added spice. So if that's your thing, feel free to try that as well. And then some sliced red onion as well for some more color, some more flavor. So we're going to add all of that to a large bowl here. And then we're going to also add some thinly sliced chicken breast as well. Now to that, we're going to add a little splash of olive oil. Now you can use whatever vegetable oil you want here. Canola oil also works great. I'm going to add some salt and pepper at this point as well for some great seasoning. Okay, so now you just want to give that a good stir so that everything gets coated with that oil a little bit before we add the next ingredient, which is our spices. So the spices I have here are, we have some chili powder, some paprika, some oregano, cayenne pepper, cumin. So kind of your typical taco seasoning flavors. Now you can use a taco seasoning packet here if you wanted to. I like to make it at home a little bit better so that I can control the flavor profile as well as some of that sodium. So I'm going to add all of that in there. And then I'm going to continue to stir that up so that everything gets nicely coated with all those lovely spices. Kind of the powerhouse of the flavor here for our recipe. Now, if you wanted to make even fewer dishes than what I'm doing right now, you could skip the bowl step here and go straight into just putting it right onto a baking sheet. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So you want to use a rimmed baking sheet, very important here. And I have lined it with some foil, so that makes cleanup a little bit easier, makes sure that nothing's going to stick onto our pan here. Then you're just going to transfer all those veggies and the chicken onto your baking sheet. So many beautiful colors. And then you want to spread that all out into a single layer here. So this is going to promote even cooking, a little bit of nice caramelization of those vegetables, which is where all that flavor is going to come from. So you want to do that. Now, if you have a smaller baking sheet than this, or maybe you've doubled your recipe to make a large batch, just grab a second baking sheet if you have it and divide the mixture up over 2 baking pans so that it cooks evenly. So we're going to put this into a 400-degree oven, and you want to cook that until your vegetables are developing some of that color, some of that caramelization, all that beautiful flavor, and your chicken is cooked through. So that's going to take about 20 minutes. While the chicken and vegetables are in the oven cooking, I thought I would put together a really quick and easy Pico De Gallo, which is just a simple, fresh salsa. So what I usually like to do is start with a bit of white or yellow onion. You don't need much here because it's going to be raw, so you don't want it to overpower. So we have about 2 to 3 tablespoons here, and we're going to put that into a bowl. And right away, I'm going to sprinkle over that some fresh lime juice and stir that together. And I usually like to just let that kind of hang out in the bowl on its own for a little while. The lime juice just helps to tame that really strong raw onion flavor. Now it's okay to have a little bit of that in there because that is kind of an essential flavor component to this salsa. So you don't want to shy away completely from that, but it just takes it down a notch so it's not super overpowering. Now we're going to just add the rest of our ingredients here. So we have fresh diced tomato. I'm using just aroma today. Add that right in. And then some minced jalapeno pepper for some spice. You can add as much or as little as you want according to your spice preferences here. And then I'm adding some fresh chopped cilantro. So I have chopped this up pretty coarsely. That's kind of the way I like it. Now, if you're not a cilantro fan, I would recommend skipping this recipe altogether. Cilantro is a pretty essential ingredient in this salsa. So if you're not a cilantro fan, I recommend just using another kind of salsa. Your favorite salsa from the store or a hot sauce would be great as well. So I'm going to add that in as well. I like to put quite a bit in there because it is kind of an essential flavor component here. So we're just gonna mix that all up and maybe add a little bit of salt and pepper for some seasoning. And that's it, really. So we can let this sit and develop some flavor while the chicken finishes cooking. You can also make this in advance by up to, I don't know, 1 to 2 hours or so would be fine. You don't want to do too much more than that, or else it can start to get a bit watery as it sits. So now that that's done, all we have to do is wait for that chicken to finish cooking, and then we can assemble our fajitas and get to the good part, which is the eating. The chicken and the vegetables are done cooking, so now all that's left to do is to squeeze a little bit of fresh lime juice over it here. And then we're just going to assemble these bad boys and get to the eating. So we're just going to transfer a little bit of this chicken and vegetable mixture to our tortillas. And then you want to top that off with some of the fresh Pico De Gallo. Lots of great flavors and some beautiful colors happening with these fajitas. So just like that, really easy, really quick weeknight supper. Please try these at home. They're awesome. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.